morning. Hopefully you can see me okay. It's a little bit dark in the car still. It's only 6:45 in the morning. Been on the road for an hour and 3/4 or something. I'm solo today, going away for an overnight camp. Karen has to work sadly, so I'm going off for an overnight camp. So I decided, since the Bridle Track has reopened from one end to the other, I've not been there. I haven't filmed the Bridle Track for a long time or anything to do with it. If ever, I can't honestly remember, guys. So I'm going down there to have a look. Probably camp on the Bridle Track tonight, then finish it off tomorrow and then come home again. So that's my plan. Hopefully you enjoy it. Stick with me. Giving you a different camera angle today, just something a bit different. So not a lot I can talk about. I've got a lot of tar to do yet. I'm just coming onto the Bylong Valley Way, so I've got to go up through the mountains and so on. From my place, just north of Newcastle, to go to the Hill End, Sofala region, Bathurst region, you can go down through Sydney and out the Great Western Highway and that way, or you can come up through Denman and come around through this way through the Bylong Valley Way. Now both ways take a similar amount of time, but one goes through Sydney, or the edges of Sydney, but one doesn't. So either way, it's a fairly long, big detour to get around the Wallamai National Park, which is, and of course the Hawkesbury River system, which is all part of the problem from where I am to Bathurst Way. So anyway, you'll see all that on the map. If you've seen it on the map, I'm not sure. You'll put it in wherever. Well, I'll put it in wherever. Anyway, hope you enjoy the trip, and we will talk to you as the day or days progress. See you soon, guys. Cheers. I'll give you a look at what the road is like that I'm driving on at the moment, then we'll go back to regular viewing.
Just want to trust when all that you believed has turned to dust. Even gold can rust.
And as you can see, I'm down by a river. This is the Turon River. So I've made it from home down the highway for 4 hours, or sorted highways for 4 hours, as you would have seen already, and I've already told you what I'm up to. I thought I'd start down here at the Turon at Sofala. So from here I plan to probably go for a quick run out the Coles Bridge and have a look at that area. I might film that for a spotlight on campgrounds for you. And then I'll work my way out to Hill End and go onto the Bridle Track. That's the plan for today. So I just thought, I've been at Sofala before. I've shown you guys all the usual stuff, the historic bridge and the town and stuff. So I just walked down the river because I thought it was pleasant. So we'll get out of here. I'll give you another quick look at the beautiful Turon River, and then I'll get up in the truck and I'll get going and start the day and see where we wind up. So it's just a really nice little river, this. It is the Turon. I saw the sign when I got down here. So it's just a nice little spot. This is right at the edge of town. There's a bridge just over there in the distance. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just there. So and I've walked down from where the historic bridge is and all the information and stuff that I've showed you on previous trips. So I'll head back up to the car and continue on my merry way. We'll see you in a while. like the bridge was all decorated at Christmas time. Decorations are still on it.
On the outside of your love, looking in. The window mirrors fade.
On the Turondale Road, which leads us to Coles Bridge campground. It's a nice bitumen road, so anything to drive it. It's a big enough bitumen road, so it looks caravan friendly. We're approaching the Coles Bridge camping area, which I believe looks like it's going to be on the other side of Coles Bridge. So I don't know if it's a proper campground. Looks like it might be. Just go around a bit further according to the GPS. The bridge there is sort of just not much in the way of camping.
Arriving at destination, on left.
Okay, we'll see. I have a funny feeling that the GPS might be a bit out of whack, but we'll see. I can't see anywhere on the left that you'd call a camping area. There's a bit of a track here to the right. So we've been on bitumen all the way, and now we're coming down a dirt track. Well, we got in there and parked and went and filmed the spotlight for you. Check that one out soon. We're running around generally the Safala area since about 9:30. Now it's about 11:15 now, and I'm now heading to Hill End to the actual start of the trip. Now, of course, there's not much to show you, just on the bridge at Wallaby Rocks, guys. There's not much to show you on this section because I'm just going to be driving on a dirt road, a tarred road for the next 25 k's or something. So I'll see you when I get to Hill End. I hope the wind's not too bad. We've arrived in Hill End and I've driven out into town to a little campground called the Village Campground. I've filmed it for a spotlight so you can see that down the track, but I'll give you a quick look at what we've got here. I'm going to go and have a look at some of the other Hill End attractions, but I wanted to show you this quickly. But in more detail, stay tuned. It'll be a spotlight on campgrounds down the track. Anyway, I'm going to go and see what other attractions I can find in this town. Well, we went into Hill End, into the main centre, and found that campground I was telling you about. Now, coming out to Bald Hill Lookout. So we're on dirt. If you have a GPS that's got attractions listed, it's very handy because you can just push the attractions button and it should tell you where a lot of these things are. Now, last time I was in Hill End, I didn't come here, so I don't know what to expect, but we're coming out for a look. I'm sorry that so much of the video is basically either talking head or driving shots, guys, but I haven't done anything hard that's worth filming as yet, so I'm just showing you around what I'm seeing. I'm just exploring. So that's pretty well what we're up to. So it's a straightforward bit of dirt. You can get up here in anything, seriously. So yeah, if you're in Hill End, maybe come for a look. Anyway, you'll see it all shortly when I get up there, and I'll show you that then. Guys, well, I've arrived at the Bald Hill Lookout up here in Hill End. It is a bit windy. It's on a bald hill, so hopefully it's not too bad for you. Now, I'll give you a squeeze, show you what there is to see. You get up here, it's just a big turning circle, just gravel, and I will walk out here to the edge and show you what I can show you. So there's all sorts of historical markers and things. So let's see what this has got to say. Okay, so in front of us, that bald little mountain there is Mount King. So these are just telling you what you're looking at. So I won't pan, I'll walk. Give you a look. So it's a little, it's a camera mounting point. One of those ones that you screw your camera on and have a monopole to hold your camera still. There's a bench to sit on. There's an old bit of machinery. And then the view just continues all out through the valley, out towards Bathurst and so on. Don't ask me which is in which direction, I don't know. But there's plenty of view here to see. Good, yourself? I'm interrupting people, guys, while I'm filming, which I hate doing, but anyway, it's all good. So that was a very quick look, the Bald Hill lookout. If you're in Hill End, come and check it out. Well guys, there it is, the Bridle Track. So we are here. I've given you a quick look around Hill End. Now honestly, if you're into history, you can spend quite a bit of time at Hill End. So it could be a weekend or a longer time for you if you did come to Hill End. Now, wind's coming up, so I'm just trying to get the mic closer to me. I'm going to go down a bit further until where the bitumen ends. Probably not that far, but who knows, I can't remember. And I'll lay you down, I'll start doing the track and I'll take you with me. The other thing I'm going to do before I do the Bridle Track, so just look at the time, it's 1:20. No wonder I'm hungry. I'm going to have some lunch. So I'll do that. So I'll see you after that, and then we'll get onto it. Alrighty, I'm onto the Bridle Track. It's 10 to 2 in the afternoon. I'm just starting the track. Hopefully that means I won't encounter too much traffic, because everybody's who's leaving should have left, hopefully. But anyway, we'll see. I'll spin this camera around. I was going to put the drone up, but it's become windy as all get out. So that's made it a bit difficult. So I just set a car then. Now I've been parked at the top of the Bridle Track for lunch for probably 20 minutes and haven't seen a car come out. They get one then. Anyhow, I'll spin the camera and show you what I can, but realistically it's stupidly windy, so I can't play with the drone. There's not a lot of room on this track at the best of times, so I'll just show you what I can in bits and pieces. So I'll spin this one round, guys. I'll show you some of that, and then when I can get another camera into another spot, I'll give you some different angles. But this track is, as they've said, stupidly narrow. It has no guardrails, limited passing areas, so we'll just have to see how it goes. And I'm completely solo, as I mentioned earlier today. So just take our time and all should be good. Really not 100% sure as to the etiquette. I used to know it, but I always thought that people downhill gave way to people travelling uphill. But I think in cases like this, it's another car. Cases like this, it's where you've got room, do your best. So, hey, anyway. I would assume that normally it'd be downhill gives way to uphill, just because downhill can take off easier, but a track like this, oh, we'll just have to see. There's not even anywhere I can really pull up to reposition a camera for you guys, so I'm terribly sorry. As I said, I really did want to throw the drone up, but it's become stupidly windy and I'm just not going to do that. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure if you're allowed to fly a drone here. I think you can, because we're not in a national park, not at this point anyway. But given as how I've got to think about what I'm doing, then in a lot of ways it's probably better I'm not trying to fly a drone yet.
Open up the window.
Some pretty specky views, there's no doubt about that. I haven't got time to look at them. I'll probably look at them when I'm doing this video for you guys. I'm looking down the parts of the track that I can see to see if there's anything else coming, like the first parts where I've passed those two cars, the completely blind corners. I can see a car coming up now, so I might have to try and find a spot down here where I'm a little bit away from the cliff edge. So, yeah, might be a bit of room down here. In fact, I think there will be. In fact, it's a perfect spot. So I'll get off the track completely and let him go around me. And I'll change camera angles, guys.
Child, every year for as long as I remember, all the leaves were running wild, going all the way until November. Turn the world around us into gold. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low. Dancing through.
Down the bottom of the worst part of the hill, got a little causeway in front of me, which won't be a problem for a breakthrough in there. I thought I'd come and see this sign. Department of Lands. So we're here. We've got all of that to do. So anyway, there you go. Macquarie Turon Parkland. The Macquarie Turon Parkland is a system of water reserves along the historic Turon and Macquarie rivers. They were originally developed by the Department of Lands with the concurrence of Bathurst Regional Council for your use and enjoyment. Isn't that nice? The original bridle track from Bathurst to Hill End Goldfields may be seen in places between Ruinbun Reserve and Winburndle Rivulet. Please take care as the road is narrow and winding. Assist in maintenance by removing your rubbish. So there you go. Anyway, we're making our way down. I might not be all the way down, but that's the first bit. So we'll keep going. There's a sign at the top of this track says don't bring camper trailers down. Okay, well don't bring your trailers down at all. So bear that in mind. Anyway, do that at your own risk, okay? Alright, I'll keep going and see what else we can see. Coming up to the first river crossing of the Turon River on the Bridle Track. I've been parked for a little while, so I've got nice cool brakes. Oh, a few little potholes in that causeway. I was expecting that. Anyway, there you go. That's the first little river crossing. So there's probably a few more, but anyway, that's one of them. So just keep going. For anybody who's keeping score at home, it's now 20-3. So not going too bad. You can camp down just off the roadside here. It's not part of the official campground, I don't think. I could be wrong. It's about to come to another sign, so let's have a look. Oh, this is Cave Hole Reserve, so it is another campground. I might go and have a look at it. Four-wheel drive only to get into it for sure, but you should only be in a four-wheel drive on the Bridle Track, so that's fair enough. I'm just going to park under here. Have a look around. I've come across the Turon River the first time, and I've come to a place called Cave Hole Reserve. So it looks kind of nice. So that's what it looks like down there. It's a little campground. And yes guys, I'm going to film it, so I'll just give you a very quick look at this. Looks like a great place to come down to. Nice river down there. If you want to know more about this particular campground, you have to watch one of your spotlights, guys, when it comes out. It's hard not to get distracted by the scenery, guys. Makes it very difficult. But anyway, happens to be a car coming. Thanks, mate. No dramas, mate. Thank you. Yeah, it's just the only one, so it's all good. But down the load of the scenery. Beautiful views of the river. So it does make it a bit distracting as you drive along. Hopefully you can appreciate that. Anyway, I'm going to keep driving this track. There's really not a lot of places for me to set up cameras while I'm driving along here, guys, because you can't pull up anywhere really to do that, and it's pretty steep, so you don't want to be walking back the camera. So I hope you can appreciate it. But seriously, if you haven't done the Bridle Track down here at Hill End of Bathurst, come down, give it a go, because it's just a really nice track. Anyhow, I'm going to put both hands back on the wheel. Really wish it wasn't so windy. I'd put the drone up, but yeah, I don't want to lose it. So I think I'll just have to take the sensible option and not have the drone up. But here's a narrow. That's the cliff edge just there. If you're my mate Matt, you know who you are, Matt. This might not be for you. But it's pretty nice. Still on this bridle track. I've come down, I've turned off the bridle track to come down to Mary Flynn Reserve. Now, although low range probably wasn't 100% required, it was better in low range. So there you go. But this Mary Flynn Reserve has amenities. So yeah. Ah. Well, there you go. Anyway, I'm going to pull up and have a look at it.
Parking mode on.
So as I get out of the car and have a look, you're not going to believe this. I've just pulled up here and get a load of what is fronted up. This is not arranged. Here he is. Check this out. It's young Ryan from Next Level Adventures.
How are you, mate?
Bloody
Fancy
good,
seeing you
mate.
down here.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop filming, guys, and say hello to these guys. Well, seriously, guys, you would not credit that. It was not planned by any means, I can assure you. We did not plan this. But, there, I pull up. Ryan and Al pull up from Next Level Adventures. So that's really cool. So I've just had a chat with them off camera. And we are going to find a camp. So I might wind up camping a bit earlier tonight, so that's cool. Anyway, I'm going to walk around to a Spotlight campgrounds. Usual story. You guys will see it on that if you choose to watch it down the track. And I'll show you more a little bit later in the day. Alright, we're just driving back off the bridle track into Randwick Hole, or Grimley's Reserve. This is a campground. I'm unaware as to whether it's got any facilities. Just having a look as we drive along it. This one looks like it might not have facilities. It looks like a decent spot. So we'll have a squeeze at it, I suppose. We may or may not call it home for the night. Alright, we've checked out a couple of little campgrounds, which honestly, guys, I haven't filmed. I want to come back here another time with Karen, so I might film them then. We're just going to go and find one where we think we'd like to camp. I'll probably film that one. But other than that, we're pretty well done for the day. There's a little bit of camping down off to the right. There's no shade. I'm thinking about somewhere might be a bit of shade. The bridle track itself, as you can see, is pretty straightforward. It's just narrow. If you do encounter something coming the other way, it can be interesting. But other than that, it's not particularly difficult. Right, guys, we're driving a part of the bridle track that isn't part of the bridle track. This is the bypass that was put in by the council a few years ago to reopen it. So some really gorgeous views off it. I know you're pointing the wrong way for that at the minute, but they've done well. Like, it's a proper wide road that you can pass people on. It's really is an excellent bit of work. So yeah, and of course it makes the bridle track usable both directions, one end to the other again, so that's really nice. got an oncoming ranger, guys. So yeah, it's just a nice part of the world to be in. As previously mentioned, I've chosen to drive past some of the campgrounds. I want to bring Karen back down and I'll film them then. But just at the minute, I'd rather just try to get to a camp and camp. So I've had a long day, guys. So this is a mad bit of road. They've done really well. It's like switchback on switchback. It's, you know, can see where the money went. You try to make this. We're nearly back down to join onto the old Bridle Track again. But yeah, that's something. They've done a really good job there. So well done, Bathurst Council. That's a great effort. Alrighty, after some discussions, we decided that we're going to camp here. I can't think of the name of this camp. I'll have a look at it in a while. It's an official one, has amenities, and I will do a spotlight on it probably in the morning because I can't be bothered in the afternoon. So we've done what Ronald Reagan says is put the wagons in a circle at the first hint of paranoia. So that's that. So I don't know if we're going to just all have a drink first and set up our camps after that, or set up our camps, I don't know. All these decisions will be made in due course. I think the bulk of us are just happy to have a drink to start with. All these guys are rooftopers, it doesn't take long for them anyway. All right, we'll see you in a while. Well, the unthinkable has happened. After 10 minutes at camp, Ryan's tyre is flat. So now, because Ryan can't leave these things alone, he's going to change it.
Yep.
We thought about changing it in the morning, but he can't stand it. So he's going to do it now.
No good to me like that.
True. He probably don't feel like it in the morning either. So there you go. So
Rather get out of the way with now than fuss around in the morning.
True. That makes sense. It's fair. So Ryan's going to get into that. And Al and I, we're going to supervise from our chairs whilst drinking alcohol. Because that's what we do.
Moral support.
Or immoral support even. And what we're dealing with here is Al's jack is huge. It's bigger than my ego. And it doesn't fit with a tyre that flat. So we've got to pump it up anyway, just so we can get it under the diff. And if it's still too high, once it's fixed, we'll just have to drive off it. Well, we've had the little O-ring blow out of the valve, so that can't be good. Anyway, we will see what happens as we go along. After a couple of hours of sitting around and one too many drinks, I figure I better set up my bed.
Here we see how to set up camp quickly. While Stephen is still fart-arsing around.
Just so you know, Steve, I'm done.
I thought you would be.
Yeah. Just in case you're wondering.
Oh, hang on, you got your sleeping gear in it?
Yeah, it's already in there.
Oh.
All I got is throw a pillow.
I hate you. I just thought I'd tell you, I hate you, okay?
That's why I went with the dune, because it's what.
Rooftopper on the next car, guys. Good morning. As you would have seen, we've had breakfast, packed up camp, the boys are getting ready to go. So this is pretty well what's left of the camp. Nothing but video and photos left. So that's all good, no rubbish. So the boys are getting ready. I'm going to grab another drink out of the car and we'll get into it. We'll see you soon. Well, as you can see, guys, we're driving out of camp. Good night down here on the Bridle Track last night. May have another couple of campgrounds to go and look at today, so we'll see what we can find there. If not, I think I'll come back and film them at a later date. But it was good to have an evening with the Next Level crew. So we didn't film a lot last night because we just caught up. Haven't seen the boys for probably 12 months, maybe longer. So yeah, can't believe it. Traffic. That's the Blackgate Reserve, Native Dog Reserve, whichever way you want to call it. That's where we're overnight. So we'll cruise along here, see how we go. Well, I've left the car running, guys, because letting it cool down with aircon. We're at the Bathurst end of the Bridle Track. In case you weren't aware, it still says four-wheel drive only, steep edges, all that stuff, no trailers or caravans. So, trying to do that. There's Al bringing it to the next level. So let's go and have a quick chat to the boys. But yeah, I've had a good trip. Been enjoying this bridle track. It's been a good trip, and it was great fun to catch up with Ryan and Al at Next Level. So we'll say goodbye to those guys, and I'll wrap the video up here. But I'll say goodbye to these guys first. Here we go. They love being on camera.
Yes.
Here's Ryan. If he wasn't used to being on camera by now, he'd give up, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Thanks for the night, Ryan, and
Yeah, no
Al
worries,
in the
mate.
background hiding. It was great to catch up with you boys.
Beautiful spot down there by the river.
It is, it was awesome. So
Yeah, great.
yeah, it was nice to get there.
Stacks
Anyway,
of other great spots along there too. You could have spent a few more days camping along the Bridle Track if you wanted.
you definitely could.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm going to bring Karen back. But he'd definitely have another look. So
Yeah.
we're just so coincidental running into you guys. That was so funny.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, out of the blue.
I wouldn't have thought it.
Would never have guessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thanks again for the night, mate.
No worries,
and
mate.
catch
No
up with you
worries at
later
all.
on.
Pleasure.
Cheers for now. The hand in the
Worries.
just
Yeah,
in the
there
camera.
it
There we
is.
go. So yes, have a good one, guys. So I'll wrap this video up here, guys. There's a little bit more dirt to go, but this is the end of the main part of the Bridle Track. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did like it, throw a like on it. If you're new here, consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, click the notification bell. You'll know when a new clip comes up. Consider joining if you want to support the channel. Become a channel member. You get early access to the videos. Or if you'd like to support me, there's a little bit of merch on my website, mudduckstouringaustralia.com, where you can get stickers and patches, and I'll get t-shirts available later in the year. Thanks again for watching, guys. Cheers to the old hands, everybody else I may have missed. Till next time, just get out there, enjoy the bush, and we'll see you then. Cheers from Steve and Kaz at Mud Ducks Touring Australia. Just a little bit extra, guys, just after the Bridle Track sign on the way to Bathurst. The road is still dirt, so I think we're still technically on the Bridle Track, but I think where that sign is the end of the main part that they consider to be a problem. Like, this is a school bus route, so obviously the track at this stage is a dirt road that's just suitable for anything. So yeah, it's a good track. So I'm glad I came down and did it. But like I said, I want to bring Karen down. I think she'd like it. So it's time for me to come back and do another trip down here in the near future. So, and if I'm lucky, I'll record it in a different way. Thanks, mate. If you're lucky, I'll record it in a different way next time, so it'll look a bit different. But anyhow, catch up with you later, guys. Thanks again for watching.
I don't care if you think it's too late, we still got time. Why do we always start to come back together right when we fall?
Well, guys, I've been running around the Safala area since about 9:30 this morning.
Planning a visit to the graveyard.
No, we're not. Anyway, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my GPS.